Hey! Thank you for joining us for episode 16 of Foolish Banter Radio. I'm your host, Brad.
What the hell was that?
That was jam is what that was. I'm your host, Brad. Joining me, as always, are my three good friends and co-hosts. On my right, we have I Wipe My Own Ass Steve. Right in front of me, we have Josh the Giblet Jammer. And to my left, we have Keith the Kibble Cruncher.
What the hell? I think I get the better of the three. But...
Keith, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey, good, are you sure?
Kibble Cruncher.
You seemed a little cold a minute ago until you glared at me.
What were you looking at? His perky nipples?
Brad did not tell us that he was going to do the intro.
That's right. you gotta throw some curveballs at you every now and then. So yeah, we got a great episode.
He is the curveball.
I am the curveball.
I am the dog.
I didn't say anything.
I am the dog. I am the curveball.
What is that? That's Judge Dredd, right? The
I don't
original
know.
one?
I
Or
haven't
is
seen
that
that
the other Stallone movie?
The other Stallone movie? There's only
The one with the three seashells? Judge Dredd. I don't know.
Hang from the cliff and it's snowy over here, you know what I'm saying?
No. The one where he's the cop or the one where he's the
I'm
cop?
trying to save Adrian from the avalanche. Adrian!
Wait, what? No. Wait, he was in an avalanche movie?
I have no idea.
Cliffhanger! Come on.
That
now.
is him. You're right. The cliffhanger. Okay. I just couldn't. For some reason, I couldn't.
All right. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Our topic is that we have
Demolition
a great show.
Man.
Demolition Man.
That's the fucking name.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've been
All right,
sitting there the whole time.
All right, we got a good show. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, we're a bunch of fools. Crazy as hell. No, we like to start off by catching up, seeing what we've been up to, whether that be playing games, watching games, living games. No, other stuff other than games and whatnot.
Not lately.
And
Lately,
then-
it's just been like games.
After that, we move on to our game of the week. We each pick a game we want to talk about. Doesn't have to be new, old, present, none of that stuff.
Josh doesn't want to talk about his work. That's all.
What? And
Calm down.
then we move on to little mini games. I call them mini games. Unless you got a better name for them, we're calling them mini games.
I just want to get the minigame star, so I'm fine with minigame.
You want to get the mini game stars? Definitely. Then we like to end the show with some stories. Random stories, funny stories, stupid stories, campfire stories.
Scary stories.
Love
Gather
stories.
around the campfire.
We're going to tell a love story.
Love stories. Heart-wrenching stories.
GAMPFIRESONG song.
Get it, Josh.
Help if you just sing along.
But anyway, we're going to go clockwise today. Keith, why don't you start us off? What have you been up to lately?
You know what? I know something Keith's been up to.
What is
I caught him
Keith
in
been
the
up
act.
What'd you catch him doing?
Buying chicken at Walmart.
Buying chicken at Walmart? Keith, how could you?
Those were innocent chickens.
How could you
Those
portray
were
beef like
innocent
that?
chickens that Steve
Actually, I
was
don't
selling.
know. I don't know
I
what
love my chicken strips. Don't question the chicken strips.
I
don't know what he bought.
I love my chicken strips.
Oh, God.
It's a good.
Is that like Mike Tyson or Cartman?
I don't know which one
That's
that's
if
supposed
Mike
to be.
Tyson and Cartman had a baby. All right, Keith.
What have you been up to, Keith?
Kibble Cruncher, come on. Hit us with it. What have you been up to? Besides buying chicken strips that you love so much.
Driving people around like usual. I have other things in there, including Wolfpack won last night. Yes.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yes.
Do you go to every game?
Yes.
How do you go to every game, Keith? How do you afford this?
His papa pays for it.
Papa pays for it. Papa pays for poon.
Whoa.
I'm writing a book called Papa Pays for Poon.
What the
The title of my new book.
hell? Okay.
That's gonna be like Keith's biography.
Wait, what?
No, what?
Papa Pays for Poon, a life story, written and composed by Keith,
So it's an
the Kibble
autobiography.
Cruncher.
In the dedication part of the story.
Oh,
I'll get
okay.
you
He's going
guys
to
back.
dedicate it to himself as the dedication to the Kibble Cruncher.
Dedicated to Keith.
Another thing that Keith's been up to. Been fucking Destiny 2. Guaranteed it.
He's been fucking it. You've been fucking it, Keith?
I don't know.
Did your dad buy that game? Because by extension, that would if you
Did he buy
if he's
you
fucking the game. Then
Papa
that's-
buys
Papa's paying for food.
Papa pays for food.
That was the dumbest thing ever.
Okay, this is stupid. Let's move on.
You started it.
Anything else, Keith? No, just rocking the huge, watching
Pretty
Wolfpack
much.
games, driving around.
Playing Destiny 2.
Lots of Destiny 2.
Yeah. That's fine. We can move on. We don't need to hang out on Keith all day. Like Papa pays for food.
Yeah?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
acknowledge that one.
That's chapter 1. Hanging out on Keith all day.
Hanging out?
Hanging out on
On
Keith all
Keith.
day. All right, you Josh. Come on. What have you been up to?
I got a job.
You got a job?
So
Where you work at you don't have to say the place. What do you do?
I fucking sit at cash register for hours.
What do you
And
sell?
I touch so much meat.
Oh,
Sounds
damn,
like
bro.
you came over to my department.
You know, you don't really have.
Whoa!
You don't really have.
What the
That's
fuck,
what I do.
Steve?
You realize I'm the
I don't.
butcher, right?
I don't think you. I don't think you have to sit at a cash register to be able to do that, Josh.
Oh, I handle...
I think you could probably make more money doing it on the streets.
I handle
Not on the streets,
pepperonis
online.
and put
I'll handle meat online.
and put them through a fucking oven, and like people get really mad because their pizza takes more than 8 minutes to cook.
God, where's my 6-minute pizza?
Yeah, it's like, God damn it, how the hell do you expect me to make 3 custom pizzas for you in less than 5 minutes, you stupid motherfucker? Like, God damn it.
You tell.
That job is so frustrating.
How
Every
many
job's
days have
frustrating.
you worked there?
Not a lot of days. This is only my second week.
Welcome to the grown-up life.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you a
Going
tip.
on 5 years.
Get out of the food service
Yeah.
as fast as you can.
That's what I was actually talking to Keith about that on the way here. Like,
because that's the most fast-paced work usually is food customer service. It's annoying, but that's like everyone's first job almost, except
I
for
don't know.
Steve.
I just...
Home?
No, I went to it later.
Strangely enough, I didn't actually work for fast food.
Keith,
Ever.
what have you worked?
Warehouse. Lots of different warehouses. Urban Outfitters. Everybody that's worked warehouse.
Oh my
obviously
gosh.
worked Amazon.
I was just messing with you, Keith. You don't need to tell me your job history. This isn't a job
this
interview.
is an
It's
interview
like,
now.
This is a
all right,
job interview.
throws resume down.
Where do
resume
you
down on
see
the
yourself in 3 years?
Well, that's the worst.
Do you think
question.
of yourself as a leader?
I hate that.
Yes.
Yes.
Where do you want to go with the company? I'm like, I'm opening boxes of steak. I don't give a fuck.
I
want to
go where you say so you can give me money.
fucking- Yeah.
You give me money, I open my own store that shuts yours down.
So
So,
besides working, Josh, what have you been up
because
to?
I've been working, I've been doing a lot of like overnight gaming, and then waking up at like noon, and then going to work.
What about school?
That's my jam. That's
Yeah.
all I do
Oh.
every day.
You've been on
break.
vacation,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've been on break for a little bit,
Yeah,
but
it's a fall break.
But you're
now.
going
I
back
just found
tomorrow,
out.
aren't you?
yep.
Go
sadly.
back to school.
Thank God I have the day off tomorrow. But yeah, so I've been doing a lot of overnight gaming, and because of that, there's a bunch of fucking retards that play video games at nighttime. Like, seriously, you cannot find good people
I
playing
can
video
attest.
games. You can either find really good people playing at nighttime or
Yep.
really shitty people playing at nighttime. That is it.
The worst people are the no-lifers that only play that game.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
I feel that with Smite every night when I get on, and I'm like, Jesus fuck, the other team is a clan of like fucking diamonds, and I'm just getting destroyed while my people are like, I've never played this character before.
Tell us more, Dr. Seuss. I feel that with Smite every night.
Red
Could not,
fish,
would not.
blue
You
fish,
started
On the
it, bro.
boat.
one fish, two fish. But,
Green fish, blue fish.
yeah.
Oh man, I am rocking these allergies right now.
Yeah. So I think I'm like allergic to something in my
Does it
fucking
work?
Maybe it's
workspace.
handling
Is it
all
just
that
work
meat.
in general?
Yeah, because
Pretty sure
like
it's just work.
I like am always getting a runny nose, and I don't get runny nose.
It's because
unless I'm
you're
fucking
moving
there.
around so much is the problem.
I constantly have a
It's,
runny nose at
it's
work.
not your allergies, it's probably like the garlic.
in the heat.
The
That's what I'm
heat, yeah.
thinking.
Are you
me,
a
it's the cold.
vampire? It's just a garlic.
Oh no, I just
a garlic.
ate
Garlic
a
makes
lot
your
of
sinus.
garlic.
Garlic's good for your sinuses.
But
That's what I'm talking about.
and recently I was looking at my PlayStation 4 like home screen and going, you know, I'm only playing competitive games right now. I'm like, I just need to go play some games that are like just fun.
Casuals.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like
the other
games,
way.
Those are nice.
like games that have storylines to them, not like Paragon, which
There
you
you
have to
go.
figure out the storyline on your fucking own.
There you go.
And that's where my game of the week is coming from this week.
Oh, snap.
recently
So
gone
the
since
other
you
way.
say that, Steve, I'm going to jump to something Steve told me the other day. Steve actually
That's-
downloaded Path of
I
Exile.
have. I've been playing it. That's actually what I was
Yeah.
about to talk about right now.
Really?
Anyway.
Go ahead.
I've been playing it a wee bit. It's alright.
You've been
I'm
playing Path of
confused
Exile,
as
huh?
fuck. It's so confusing.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm just gonna hit these buttons.
So what I was gonna
and then
say-
throw meteors.
So what I was going to say is Steve downloaded Path of Exile on the Xbox One. So what I think we should all do is have a session where the four of us, we got to get Keith an Xbox somehow, whether he borrows it from somebody or not. And the four of us can
Don't you
play
have
Path
two?
of Exile, and I can give you guys all a learning session. We can record that, and
Oh my god!
Play that
Don't you have two
every-
Xboxes?
I do have two Xboxes, but my wife would probably kill me if I took one of them away because she uses that shit more than I do.
Diablo, yeah. I'm
No,
gonna
not
buy it.
Diablo.
I'm gonna buy it.
We
Diablo's
got
on-
rid of our cable, so
I need
we use
to-
that for Sling TV and Netflix and Hulu.
I gotta buy an Xbox One X, but I also gotta buy a Switch at some point.
Yeah, I gotta buy a fucking Switch. That's one of the main
Damn,
reasons.
Josh, you tell
That's
him.
one of the
hot
main reasons
with a
why I got
Switch.
this fucking job. Is because I want a damn Switch, and I want a capture card, and I want to pay my fucking computer off.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've been,
That's a good reason, a good job.
been playing a little bit Path of Exile, but
too
So
much
what do you
fucking
think?
video
Well,
games.
hold on real quick. The opposite of what Josh was saying. I've been more just wanting to play competitive games.
Really?
Going back to like playing Smite, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. I'm not feeling no Skyrim or Fallout 4 or Witcher 3. I'm not feeling like playing any of those games right now. I'm like, completely fine with just mashing on fools and Smite and well, my game of the week I'll talk about a little bit, but that's
I mean-
also a competitive game. What's happening?
I've
I don't
been,
know. We got wasps up in the corner of this room.
We do.
We're just hanging out with them.
They're not moving, right? I don't want to die.
I just want to point out Keith was pulling something out of his pocket last week. Keith, when you decided in
Oh
the
my
middle
God,
of
dude.
recording that you wanted to grab that one bugle and just
It
like
was
stack on it.
loud as.
I don't know
fuck,
what you
dude.
did, but you caused
think-
like an earthquake on the
I
way
think you
over to that
bumped the
bugle.
mic.
Yeah, you were crashing and stuff, and then you hear crunch, crunch, crunch,
Yeah.
just for one bugle. We're like, holy shit, dude! That
I
was the
listened to
loudest bugle in the world. But yeah, anyway,
I've also been playing some PUBG, but just kind of like randomly. Usually, like after these podcasts on mostly Thursdays, I was talking to Keith about it. Because those are the days that I have tournament, and before I like to go to tournament, I like to get my blood pumping a shit ton. And there's no better game to get my blood pumping than fucking PUBG,
then pub jizzles.
y'all.
because that game is fucking nuts. And every single time before tournament, I get at least in the top 5. Like every single time I play a game before tournament.
PUBG is making you win tournaments.
No, PUBG's making me lose tournaments. I'm doing really shitty in tournaments around here lately.
I think you need
I
different
need,
kind of mental boost.
I need other people to practice with than my fucking brother, because I could just beat his ass at that game.
I'm sure he doesn't even try anymore.
No, he does, and I just whoop his ass, because what would happen is, like, he would whoop my ass, and then I made it my
Brandon's
goal to whoop
actually-
his ass, and now he's, like, getting his ass whooped all the time.
So much
Yeah, it's
ass
like
whooping.
it like demoralized Brandon when Josh started whooping his ass.
Yeah, it was funny.
So how did we get to that? Steve was talking about Path of Exile. and
Oh,
then you
I
jumped
just-
over.
I just cut out
I was saying that
talking about PUBG.
I'm going like opposite of what Josh was saying, where he
Okay,
wants
yeah.
to play single
Yeah.
players. I've been playing competitive games.
So, what about Path of Exile?
It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah, no, that's my exact thoughts on it. It's all right.
Well, let's get into it, then you'll.
That shit's confusing.
Enjoy.
I'm like level like 13 or something like that, and I'm just going down
yeah,
like a
that's
dual
why.
wield tree, and I'm just like punching stuff with 2 sticks, and then give me mana back when I make hits. But I've got a move that throws freaking meteors, and I've got another red
Ultimate
gem.
Strike.
I got another red gem to connect to it to boost the fire damage, which I think is a good thing to get to a gem and a support gem to connect. I
Are
don't
they
know
linked?
what's going on. Yes.
Okay.
Connect. I said
Dude,
the word connect
there's
to
a
it.
little tutorial.
I don't fucking look at tutorials. I haven't looked at
Dude,
tutorials since they were in a booklet.
Exactly. Who fucking watches
But
this?
anyway, yeah, you need somebody to play with that can explain things.
Yeah,
as you
I'm
go,
doing
but-
all right though. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
I
no.
only die when I go to an area that's higher level than me.
What you're doing is good. Contrary to what a lot of people say, oh, when you play the game, just look up a build guide and play that. And I agree with a lot of other people that say, you don't learn much from the game if you do it that way.
Oh, yeah.
If you play a little bit first, screw up a couple builds and whatnot, then you learn a little bit more about the game, and then you could look up a build guide and you'll understand it better.
With like item builds in Smite, like I started making my own builds that I base everything just off of mostly getting max cooldown, and I do way better when I do that because I'm better at just spamming my moves and actually making them all hit instead of like focusing on like one or two shotting people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you just gotta learn your own builds, what you're good with. It's always confusing as fuck.
Swiss, you've been doing that,
Like 6 bazillion. I pick up an item and I'm like, well, this item's all yellow, but it doesn't have any places for gems, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know how the items to add like slots and turn stuff magical. I don't know how any of that shit works. The currency is freaking scrolls of identify.
In what, Path of Exile?
Yeah, it's so dumb.
That's the lowest form of currency, yes.
So
Actually,
dumb.
the lowest form of currency is scroll fragments, which is a fragment of a scroll.
That can be used as a currency? I thought that was always just...
Yeah, so basically all the currency is all crafting items. That's how you alter gear in the game.
That doesn't make any sense.
And the more it does to your item, the more valuable the currency item is. I.e., the most valuable currency item being the Miraculandra, which literally duplicates an item.
Oh. I think I wasted some gems. I was just spamming the gems on one item trying to figure out what they all did.
Oh, probably one of the orbs.
Yeah.
That's fine. Play with them. At this point, you're never going to find any...
important shit.
Important stuff. If you ever find a Exalted Orb or a Mirror of Calandra, keep that. Or a Divine Orb.
I'm going to use that immediately just to spite you.
Go for it. You're on Xbox.
Yeah. You don't play on Xbox at all? Ever?
I haven't yet. If I play the Xbox, I want it to be with people.
Yeah, it's kind of boring by yourself.
Yeah.
Wander around smashing face. And then occasionally I get to a little boss enemy. And I smash his face and get loot. And then I'm like, oh, this stuff's shit compared to what I'm using. Brutus?
The Ward.
The Ward?
What have you been up to lately, Brad?
What are you on about?
Yeah,
I'm in a prison, but I didn't find anybody there.
You're like, I turned around and left.
I did. I turned around and left. I didn't know what was going on. I teleported out of that bitch.
Nice. I've been playing entirely too much Path of Exile, of course. I finally decided to start recruiting to my guild. Got a couple members on there that I've been interacting with. Getting up there in level, trying to build
Getting
stuff like
up
that.
there? How fucking much up there can you get?
Yeah, aren't you already like max on like 50 million characters?
I've never gotten a character level 100. That takes a
It goes to level 100?
It goes to a level 100. But by the time you get to level... It's like Diablo 2. By the time you get to level 90, it's a shit ton of grinding to get more levels.
Yeah.
Like
millions.
Did you ever get to level 99 on Diablo 2?
And you had to start learning how to do Uber runs.
Did you get to 99 on Diablo 2? Not with bots, Keith? I don't think so. Highest I got on Diablo 2 was 90. Highest I've gotten on Path of Exile is 89. But that's because I'm altaholic. I'm always making new characters. But aside from Path of Exile, I've been really digging some music lately. Been listening to Imagine Dragons' newest album, Evolve.
Yeah.
It's like 5 or 6 songs.
I've been digging music lately.
Loving the hell out of, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got the Rock Band guitar.
So you borrowed the Rock Band guitar from me. And then I've been trying to catch up on some Supernatural. Watched a couple episodes of that.
Somebody killed Hitler. Your wife told me that that whole thing.
Oh my god. Spoilers.
It's really dumb.
It's funny. It's funny. But, yeah, not much from me. I do have a little bit of news for all of us.
Bum, bum, bum.
We have some listener email.
Oh, yeah?
We have a listener email.
What?
Email?
Yeah, listener email that we're going to read.
Who sends email?
Yeah, what you doing with receipts over there, Keith? You're just still digging through your pockets. Just
Don't you know what's in there?
This?
I know it's in my
Big
pockets.
ol' email.
Yeah, yes, it is a long email, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'm going
Whoa.
to try to paraphrase some of
I'm
this.
going to read it later.
I'm going to read it later. But yes, if you want to email us, you can click on the send email button on our Facebook, facebook.com/foolsbanter.
What a great
So, this email is from Enigma Stigma. Thank you for writing in. He says, "Hey, Fools Banter guys. Just want to say I'm digging the podcast and hope you guys keep going as I enjoy listening every time an episode drops." And then he wants to talk to you guys about something Steve said in Destiny
Oh, yeah?
last episode. So Steve brought up some points on Destiny 2 that I thought I might clear up. Some subjective and some not. He says... It's a very long story, so sorry. It is. He says Destiny's progression system is diagonal instead of vertical, which is what we're mostly used to. He says, so say you have an exotic scout rifle at 240, and then you pick up a blue at 260. Now you might be thinking, what the man? But if you take the 260 blue and infuse it into the 240 exotic, the exotic gets bumped up to 260.
Or 268.
Or 265 if the exotic has a legendary mod.
Yes.
Legendary
Yes,
mods.
but
Yeah, the legendary
I
mods.
thought, you two can correct me, I thought you can only consume legendaries. You can't consume blues.
You can consume
You can
blues,
consume blues, not greens.
not greens and lower.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You're right,
So
you're right.
that's where your confusion was.
You
Yeah, that's
right.
what
You right.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's exactly what it
And
was.
all,
It's greens,
all
not
exotics
blues, yeah.
have legendary mods. It's the legendary weapons.
And
that
then something that I
most
was
of the time.
hearing from one of mine and Keith's friends is apparently what you could do is you could bump up an exotic a whole bunch because it like goes up in level, like he was saying with the legendary modifiers, and then put the exotics into a legendary so that you can get a higher light level.
Yeah,
and then
well,
build up another
the thing with that
exotic.
is that it goes off of the base power of an item. So if there's a legendary mod on something, which will bump it up above another one, it will tell you the base power is too low. Because that, like, +5 from a
Yeah.
legendary mod, it will not
It won't
register
add-
that
Really?
as,
it won't add the legendary mods.
Yeah, I finally got...
You're wasting them at that point if you do it too much. I mean, if you just get a low end, like if
I
you're
have
trying to
no
bump your
idea.
lower level,
That's just what JJ was saying.
if you're trying to bump up your lower, say, you have two other characters that you're trying to build up to. Like I always,
Like the hunter and the warlock.
yeah. You can just infuse the
Titan
weapon ones
stuff.
and well, not the Titan. You can't put Titan
That's
armor
right,
into
but the weapons you
other
can.
class gear. Yeah.
Okay, what else is on this email?
So, skipping one part, he says, legendaries are also generally the best weapons and armor in the game outside of exotics. It's because blues usually only have one intrinsic perk,
And
an
legendaries
intrinsic
have, like, three.
perk.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yes.
What is
Yeah.
the word for it? Intrinsic?
That's
Yeah.
something that's
Maybe 2 sights / barrels, and maybe an additional perk, whereas legendaries always have an eccentric perk, multiple sights and barrels, and 2 additional perks. At the very least, legendaries have the highest potential outside of exotics. If you only get those after 20, it would kind of be like only getting legendaries in Diablo after level 70. And then he's gone on to the difficulty. As far as the difficulty goes, Destiny has progressively gotten more simple since vanilla launch, and Destiny 2 is no exception. Said that being said, you'll probably enjoy Trials and Raid and the Nightfall if you're looking for something more difficult.
Yeah.
I'm assuming more
I mean,
difficult than the
I've played a
story.
lot since that
Yeah.
episode, since last episode.
Have you?
Yes.
Also, here's another thing. When you're Xur, there's a character called Xur.
Was there? Yeah.
And Xur's really good for getting some of that equipment you need for your other characters. And people think about it, oh, it's just exotics. Well, it may be just an exotic.
But you get
You
it
can-
at the level from the
If
character you
get
buy.
if you get enough legendary shards, you can buy 2 of the same equipment, and one can be just for infusing into your legendary gear,
Yeah.
and the other one can be for the actual use of it.
Now he says most games are gearing more towards people who don't have a lot of time, so most of your mainstream games are going to be less difficult and more casual friendly, which I somewhat disagree with. I think a couple of years ago, games were starting to get really, really casual compared to games of previous years.
Yeah.
But I think it kind of found a balance where there's a lot of releases of difficult games.
Yeah,
they
I
found
agree.
that-
Like, I mean, look at Cuphead that just came out a couple weeks ago.
I have
That
no
shit-
idea what the fuck all the hype about Cuphead is.
'Cause it's
I see
it's
that everywhere, and I'm
It's
like,
a dope-ass little side-scrolling shooter that's...
What is Cuphead?
In the sense of it's harder than, like, the hardest points in Dark Souls.
oh shit.
Like, it's fucking hard.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you get, like, one shot.
He did
every
say
single
mainstream
minute. Yeah.
though, excluding, or you have to exclude Dark Souls obviously
Yeah.
from that. That's a mainstream, really difficult game.
Well, I
and
mean,
I'm sure
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a couple others, but I think there's a good balance.
right
Very
now,
di-
for
difficult
now.
games.
It's all about knowing the right people to talk to about what games. It's like some people get most people get too stuck in.
Is there more?
He says basically he says you should just enjoy the game at its base.
Enjoy what you get, Steve.
Damn, okay.
The base of the game. No. Not like mean or whatever.
Yeah,
He's just saying enjoy it for what you enjoy it for.
That's funny.
Which
That's not how I see it.
Path of Exile, I play the way I want to play. I don't follow the meta.
I think he's calling you out, Steve.
And then he goes on
a little bit early for
talk shit about some Diablo 3.
Confrontation with our...
Says
how
he could play Destiny a lot more than Diablo 3. Quit yapping over me.
Quit yapping over me.
He said he did his thing on Diablo 3, cleared 70 Greater Rift this season, played with the Necro. But even through the rifts, even though the rifts are random with random mobs, he feels like they're all just that rifts. Which, yeah, I agree. You know, I just play Diablo 3 with my wife when the new season comes out, just to get the cosmetics. But it doesn't hold my attention very long. There's not much to do in that game. Yeah. And that's pretty much it.
That's kind of how I felt about.
Dude loves Destiny too. So
yeah,
would you guys agree?
I mean, I've played a lot more since that. I've gotten past the cap to the 280 mark. I can buy legendary mods now, so everything's super easy for me to go up in light levels now. Because there's like that between 265 and 280 is really fucking hard.
That's where I'm at right now.
It's really RNG then to get lucky to get stuff with legendary mods.
It's all about the
RNGs.
when you're in the what is that called? The map, I guess. The director. There's the L2 stuff, and that's all.
You always got to go for everything that's powerful gear, right? But that's like if you don't have a raid group, right?
Yeah.
If you barely have a nightfall group,
you should join AOD just so you have a. That's the group. That's my clan group.
He plays on
I'm just recruiting, bro. Recruiting.
So I barely
you
have.
You should play on this. I'm just saying. That's my clan.
We don't have a raid group. We barely have a nightfall group. Our clan leader, our new clan leader, because the old one doesn't play Destiny 2. He only played Destiny 1. New clan leader won't update the stuff so we can do guided nightfalls when we just have 2 people because we know how to do the nightfall. So doing all that stuff, the only thing I really can do is the flashpoints and stuff like that. I don't play Crucible. I don't like the PvP in that game, so I don't play Crucible. So I've got
I like the old PvP better. It's faster pace.
I've got like 2 options to get powerful gear a week, right? And then Xur, obviously, I can buy exotics. But so it's like for me, it takes longer to do that stuff. Like to go up 5 light levels, it takes me like 2 weeks.
Unfortunately,
and that's exactly what it was because I was at like 275 last time when we were talking about Destiny, and now I'm at like 285. So I went up like 10 because once you hit 280, you can just fill everything with legendary mods.
Well, I'm over 9,000. So.
But it's
this guy.
Quit glaring at me, Josh.
I don't think he's glaring at you. He's
just nodding his nails.
Zoning out. Always.
What are you gonna say, Keith?
Crucible has been where I found most of my really decent clans. That's the reason. One of the reasons why I like it. Granted, I like the new Crucible versus the old Crucible. Old Crucible was more high paced and actually, it kept you in it. And I think the biggest issue is the lack of players.
In
each match.
I did like 5 matches the other day just to get the notification off the side of my screen the whole time. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And it was I felt like I could actually like compete if I really wanted to, but I don't because it just doesn't interest me because I feel like there's such an unbalance with like the skills for the different classes and stuff like that. Like I play the hunter that can keep going invisible. Basically, I go invisible after a roll, and my grenade makes me invisible.
Yeah,
the hunter I think has the biggest advantage with the sword. Hold
on. Let me talk, Keith. Sorry. I feel like the invisibility is not an advantage at all because I've seen people go invisible. They go around a corner and then they come out invisible. I'm like, I can clearly see you. I've played Halo before. The invisibility, you're not fully invisible.
That is like,
and I shoot them in the face and kill them instantly.
That's like Bungie. And I know in a nutshell, though. Bungie's camo has always sucked.
Yeah, and it's like my whole class is like set around.
Well, ain't you fancy little super eyes?
My whole class is set around going to Visible,
yourself.
so I have to switch up my class to one that I've never really used.
Your subclasses? You don't switch your subclass very
I
often?
only
Have you
stick
tried
Void.
the hunter with the sword? Because he's the only one that has the quick draw sword.
I thought...
Plus, he has the
What heck
biscuit.
is a no, I'm a hand cannon hunter with the bow.
The sword is the power ammo.
Yeah, I know, but I don't use my power because I just use 2 hand cannons with the illegally modified holster on my Lucky Pants, so I flip out and it's fully loaded every time I flip out.
Bro, you got Lucky Pants?
Yeah, I've got Lucky Pants. It's funny.
Do you have your
exotic.
biscuit in your pocket?
Yes. No, but it's pretty great. Yeah, I switch out between 2 hand cannons and just like 3-shot people.
What the fuck are you alluding to?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's talking
I
about.
think Keith said biscuit instead of something.
What the
Wait,
hell
what?
are you
You
talking
didn't
about?
catch
I did not say
You
big.
didn't catch Keith say biscuit. I
mean,
will play it back
we
and
have
show you.
recording
yeah,
of it,
Keith
but-
accidentally said biscuit,
Listen
but he
to it
corrected
afterwards.
himself.
the timer? Okay.
But anyway,
Yeah, but I don't, like, I
You
can't do
s-
the raid because I don't have a raid group. Nightfall, I've done 1 Nightfall, and that was because we got somebody else, one of our friend's cousins, to come help because he plays the game all the time, but he's in his own clan and all that stuff. We're like, hey, come help us. So yeah, it's like I'm really limited on the stuff I can do, so it's really just like
Grindy?
I get on every Tuesday after it's reset, do the little bit of PvE stuff that I can do, and then I get off. And that's like my interaction with the game right now, and it's not bringing me back in. Like
Pretty much
I
that's
haven't
where
played
I'm
it
at
at
right
all
now,
this
too.
week.
Pretty much. That's where I'm at with it right now.
well, Enigma Stigma, you definitely got some conversation going
Yeah,
between
it's
these
good
two.
conversation. I like
Thank
it.
you for your email. I just sent you a very nice generic response that was
Very nice generic.
It was a preset response. I just had to hit a button and it replied to your email. So you'll get that email right as we're recording the podcast. So yeah, nice.
He's gonna be like, "Wow."
But yeah, thank you for the email. He also says thanks for the podcast, guys.
We appreciate your appreciation.
We appreciate your appreciation, your feedbackification.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Words,
keep on.
words.
We get a few
Keep
comments.
on keeping on.
We get a few small little comments that are like, "I like this," and that kind of stuff, or other things on the
It
YouTube
warms
version.
our
but,
hearts.
But yeah, we never really actually get somebody trying to engage. It's really nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah. All right, guys, come on. Don't sound so serious.
Yeah.
All right, let's get moving on to our freaking games of the
Games
week.
of the week. Are you excited about your game of the week,
Oh, I'm
John?
super excited about
Do you
my
want
game
to
of the
start
week.
us off?
We already did
sure.
video games. You know, Destiny and Path of Exile. I'm pretty sure that's all of our games.
Yeah. That's all we need to see.
My
Path of
game
Exile.
of the
Nice
week
fancy.
was because I like I was saying earlier, since I was pulling out my like casual like story based games, I decided to jump back into my older Nintendo consoles, like the 64 and the GameCube and such.
Which one? Pick one, man. You can't have both. I'm just
The
playing.
game Cube to 4.
GameCube 64.
GameCube to 4.
I have no idea what the fuck you guys
The
are
Game
talking
64 cube.
Game 64 Cube.
They're just
yeah.
making-
Do you know if you hold the Z button on the GameCube as it's starting, there's monkeys?
about. It goes.
That's so old. Dude, that's like pre-internet. Like somebody just found that out and told somebody, and I love how like
Yeah.
back in the day that was how information went around. Somebody at school would be like, "Dude, you hear about Messing No?" You're like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, it's this
Missing
fucked
no,
up
bruh.
Pokemon
He stands for missing
number." Yeah, because it's an error. It's not actually a Pokemon.
I'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
For $10.
Right. It's really funny too because like I'd show
For $10.
For your lunch money, sucker.
That's really funny because I did show people that Z thing, and then they were like, "What the fuck is happening?" And I'd be like, "No, don't look at the controller."
No,
and
it's
then do
magic.
It. Yeah,
I'm hitting 50 different buttons.
I know a secret code.
Secret code.
just holding
I was
a
friends
button.
with a
Holding a
Nintendo
single
developer's
button.
son.
I know a
was
single
growing up.
code holds down a single button.
You know what's
Anyways,
funny? You talk. Well, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting your
You're
game.
good.
But you talk about, oh, I know somebody who worked at Nintendo. The same person that I was just talking about helped us with the Nightfall. He actually interned at Microsoft, which is how he got his cousin and my
Bullshit.
friend into the preview program, which then people in the preview program can invite other people. So that's why I'm in the preview program on Xbox. So I have a dashboard that neither of you guys have. It's
Wow.
completely different, and it's really
Yeah, but you
it's
can
way
invite
better.
us.
It's really better. I have to be a certain level, and I haven't gotten to that level yet. It's hard to get up levels.
What level you have to be over 9,000?
No, you have to be level 5. I'm only level 4. So I get all the updates, but I can't like actually be that involved.
I don't-
I'm
So
just
back to
basically a beta tester.
missing no, bro. I knew a kid that would sit at the library, the public library, and sell Muse for $20.
You would use the duplication glitch, huh? With unplugging the cable and get a bunch of them and then sell them.
Yeah,
Most
probably.
likely.
Because you get Mew on blue version, I think it is.
Yeah.
I went through the whole thing to get them.
All right.
And then I lost that blue version.
We're interrupting Keith. Or
Keith,
Josh
thanks.
again. I'm sorry, Josh. We're interrupting Josh
Thanks.
again.
Like, Josh is like, that's the biggest insult ever.
Sorry, Josh.
But my game that I decided to pick this week was Paper Mario.
Paper Mario.
Never played it.
You never
Yeah,
played
what the
Paper
hell is
Mario?
Paper Mario?
I know what it is.
What's-
Is it just like Mario, but he's made of paper?
Yeah, he's like
kinda.
ultra 2D.
Yeah, but they like used throughout the entire game. They kind of like played jokes on the fact that he's paper. Like when he floats down after falling off of a big giant freaking area, like falling off a cliff, he just floats down
Does it
like a
die?
piece of paper. Does he die?
You make me yawn, Steve.
I think you started first.
Not from falling.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't yawn from falling, Keith.
No, he said.
What the fuck are you guys talking about?
I said.
Josh keeps getting so confused. The fuck are you guys talking about?
No, Keith. Brad said you don't die, and then we both yawned. And Keith responded to Brad saying not from falling, and then I was making a joke that Keith was saying that we started yawning. From
Okay, that
falling.
explanation was way longer than the joke was.
It was, but it explained it.
So Paper Mario is just like it's an RPG Mario game, and like throughout the story of the game, you get these new like partners, like a Final Fantasy game, I guess. But you can only have one partner at a time. So like each partner has their own like special ability outside of the battles as well. So it's like they have their own special abilities in the battle, and then
That's
outside
like
of
Pokemon,
battles,
where you can get cut.
It's like
grass
Super
or surf.
Mario, or it's like
Super Pokemon Fantasy.
was it's like what is
paper
what is the Mario RPG?
Super Mario RPG.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I said
It
more.
did- I
said half of the game
I was
name.
saying
said
that in
Super
my head, it
Pokemon
just didn't
Fantasy.
sound right. Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Maker.
that
in
was
Is
the-
it? It is turn based, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first two are.
There's a third one.
There was a third one, there's a fourth one, and there's a fifth one.
What?
And those ones suck.
there.
Like,
I wonder
really
I never heard
bad.
about them.
But, like, the first two are amazing, and those are the two that I want to play through right now, and that I am playing through right now. Like, because, like, you can get a Koopa, and then you jump on the Koopa, and it kicks the shell out, and it's like a boomerang, to where, like, if there's an item, you can get the freaking item by kicking the Koopa at him. There's, like, a Bob-Omb enemy
That
that lets
sounds
you
like
blow up
Yoda.
walls. There's, like, a Paracupa that lets you fly over ledges and stuff. It's just cutesy little fun fucking RPG game from Mario that gives you a lot of, like, backstory on...
I think I played one on the Game Boy Advance.
Nope.
Not even like number 6
Or the
Game Boy
DS.
Advance
The
lost
3DS has one, but that
Well,
one...
one game,
one
it was a
sucks.
little 2D Mario RPG. It was like Mario and Luigi. They were like little babies. Or something.
Oh, fucking Partners in Time. That's what
Is
you're
that what
thinking.
that is?
That's a Zelda game.
That's a Zelda. They're all Zelda games.
Isn't that 4 Swords?
I've
Isn't that
gotten,
the
like,
plot
I
of 4
really like
Swords?
the Mario
Your partners
RPG
in
games.
time?
I've always been, like, super into them. Like, Superstar Saga, Paper Mario series, I've liked them all. They're all just fantastic
That's awesome.
games. And they all have just little cutesy...
So what console are you playing on? Again, you said GameCube and
64.
64.
The 64 is what I'm playing the first one on, and then I'm going to have to buy the one for the GameCube, because mine doesn't work, sadly.
So what do you think about the new Mario game coming out? What is it, Odyssey?
Odyssey?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness, I'm so fucking excited to play that.
Really?
Oh,
that game looks
goodness.
terrible.
Nah, it looks pretty good.
No, it looks great.
Looks pretty good. Dude, he jumps off his hat. Get the hell out of here. Game over. Win.
Not only that, you can turn into a fucking T-Rex.
Oh, the
He
rabbits are so
throws
terrible.
his
I
hat
hate
and
the
jumps
rabbits.
off of it.
I hate the
Mario
rabbits.
ain't
They're
never done
like
that
they're like
shit.
minions to me. I just hate
Oh,
them. I'm like,
oh,
what
that's
the
a-
fuck?
That game does not look very interesting to me.
The
Mario
Mario
and
plus
Rabbids. So that game is literally XCOM.
That's
Mario.
that's what I was talking about. I thought those were the same game. There's 2 different Mario games coming out.
Yeah, so there's Mario Odyssey, which is the one that he was talking
That's like
about.
it's like Super Mario Sunshine open world.
Never mind. That sounds dope.
Yeah, that one's an open world game, and then there's the Mario Rabbids one, and that one's stupid. Like, on the Rabbids one, freaking one of the Rabbids is dressed up as Peach.
Yeah, that's what I thought Odyssey was, and I was like, this looks retarded.
Nah.
I hate this.
No, that looks...
That looks
Odyssey's
so
gonna be a
dumb.
new 3D Mario.
Okay.
And that game looks awesome.
Okay.
He jumps off his hat, bro.
And
to
he can
clear
turn into a
gaps.
fucking
He's like rolling
Tyrannosaurus
around
Rex.
in this human city. Just like, not that
Dude,
Mario's not a human.
I remember. It was like it was like a picture.
Yeah, he's like
Walking
chilling
around
in the
a picture.
desert and looked amazing and shit.
Yeah, Mario. We've been playing Super Mario Maker. We were streaming it together.
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you guys
we're-
been streaming Super
We
Mario
were
Maker?
playing,
Yeah.
we're streaming a little bit of Super
we were
Mario
racing
Maker.
on
We're
some
doing
levels.
races and stuff
I
like
got
that.
wrecked.
You
So
knocked him out?
I made all of our Mixer
Okay,
accounts. So,
Yeah, you
so
two have
any-
Mixer
You
accounts.
guys all have Mixer accounts. If you guys want to check us out, go follow us on Mixer because we can do multiple person streams.
It's
And I
fun.
think if we get all that together to do Path of Exile, we'll all stream
Yeah,
onto
it's
to,
pretty cool. There's
Mixer.
like the 4 streams next
And
to
the
each
reason
other in
is
one box, and
because
the chat's
you-
all combined into one big chat.
The reason is because you just stream directly from the Xbox.
Yeah, there's
So you
zero
don't need
delay. Literally zero delay. I don't know how they do it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So
like
we'll-
even Twitch has like a minute of fucking
But
delay.
yeah, streaming
There's
from the
2
Xbox
second,
to
like a
Mixers,
2 second
it's like-
delay.
That's ridiculous. No,
Wow.
It was less than 2 seconds. It was like half a second when I was doing it, dude.
But anyway,
'Cause I would say something
our
and then
streams
immediately
will be
hear
right
myself
on
and
each
like-
other, and we can record all 4 screens at the same time
Yeah.
of us playing Path of Exile. So when you get Keith an Xbox,
Yeah, if anybody wants to look at our stupid faces, go
go
at some-
to check out
yeah,
Mixer.
Mixer.
They can just go to YouTube to check out our stupid faces.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We have
We're
videos
YouTube
on
with
there,
our stupid
bruh.
faces.
But I recommend the Mario RPG games. They're
Do you
so
have
much
any
fun.
good?
Definitely.
And they're just
PlayStation
cutesy.
style
They're just cutesy
controllers?
little games. You find a lot of
Just get
freaking.
used to it, Keith.
You get a lot of jokes out of those games. Like
There's some memes.
there's a
I've seen
lot
some
of
Paper
jokes.
Mario memes.
There's a whole lot of jokes in those games.
Nice.
And, like,
That's the sign when you know you've made it. Is when you've become a meme.
I'm gonna make you into a meme.
No, we can
Steve.
make
Maybe
Keith
eventually
into the
we'll be
beast. Like, did they have any PlayStation styled Xbox controllers? Like,
Well,
it's
no,
just sad.
any good ones. They have them.
No, they
Most of them are
don't.
trash.
You can customize,
Keith,
I think, to switch the sticks.
Just play
around
on the
and stuff like
Xbox
that.
controller, dude.
it's gonna
the
cost you like
same exact
$120.
thing.
No, it's not.
I
It is
can pick
not
up
symmetrical.
every
Yeah,
controller,
no,
and it's
I agree with
exactly the
Brad.
same.
Exactly. I could pick up a fucking 64 controller and it's
It
exactly
feels
the same.
exactly the same. It just controls the same. You don't even look at the. Do you look at the controller when
He
you play
does.
the game?
Keith- yeah, I was gonna say
He
he
does look at
probably
the
does.
controller. I've noticed that. He's like, oh, what button am I supposed to push? I'm like, my God.
Dude, it's supposed to be all instinct.
It's
You can just
instinct
feel
when it's certain games, but when I'm switching games, they like just.
Do you get green fingers a lot or green thumb? What is it? Green fingers. Green fingers when
the
you're playing
fuck
the
are
game.
you
Yeah,
talking about?
Yeah,
I
Brad
got you.
knows what green
What the
fingers
hell
is.
is
You don't know what
green
Green
fingers
is
You
in
should
like
know what
noob.
the fuck it is.
Green is in like
with your
noob.
competitiveness.
Noob.
Green
the
fingers.
hell is
Dude,
green?
green fingers.
The-
All of
the
a sudden,
worst-
your fingers become noobs.
You're like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, and you're not hitting the right
Because
buttons.
Green is considered.
Yeah, he does have that.
green
He
fingers.
has that real bad.
When it's a new game, I'm sure he's the master in command at Destiny. That's all fine. We understand that, Keith. But if you were to pick up like
Keith
fucking
could
Halo,
fart on the controller.
like Halo
and play
5 right
Destiny.
now, if I were to hand you a Halo 5, you were going
Shooters
shooting
are
people,
easy to
You'd be
get
like,
pretty
oh,
good
what?
used.
Oh,
No,
no.
I think more like Super Smash Brothers. That's,
Yeah,
that's
where
the first thing that pops
that's
up
where
in
I-
my head.
I get green fingers in Super Smash Bros. Still, but I used to get it in like Halo and stuff a lot. And there's a tiny spider descending from the ceiling.
There's a spooter coming
No,
from the
he's
ceiling.
gonna
I will
land on
eat
your
that
phone. He's gonna land on your phone.
shit. Where? Oh, you look.
Eat him. Oh, he actually ate him.
I ate that little spooter. That was the most microscopic spooter
I know.
ever. How did you see that spooter?
don't know, I guess
would have
your
thought it was
eyes.
a piece of dust.
For a second, I thought it was something on my glasses, and then I noticed.
But anyway,
Hey, Brad.
what?
What is your game of fun?
My game of the week?
Ew, no, I'm just kidding.
My game of the week is more of games of the week.
Fantastic.
I want to talk about Kingdom Hearts this week.
Fantastic.
Now, has everyone here has played Kingdom Hearts, correct?
I watched, not read.
You've
but-
watched.
He's a voyeur.
So, Kingdom Hearts 1, like, I played Kingdom Hearts 2 before I played Kingdom Hearts 1
Did you?
because I didn't have Kingdom Hearts 1, but I had Kingdom Hearts 2. And now I don't want to play through Kingdom Hearts 1 because it sucks in comparison to
Oh,
Kingdom
man.
Hearts 2.
so, so good.
So the first time I saw Kingdom Hearts was when it came out. My and Steve's friend Matt, his brother Joe, bought it for the PS2.
Oh,
And that game
What is that
blew...
face?
That
for?
dog is fucking pissing me off, dude. That dog needs to shut his goddamn mouth.
Hey, there's a dog barking, isn't there? Maybe he's barking at us.
Shut up, dog.
But the first time I saw that game, it blew my freaking mind because they mixed Final Fantasy with Disney. What? It's crazy.
What? That was crazy.
Like, I mean, it looks so good for its time, too. And the characters, I mean, the characters were cartoony, cute, but they were badass looking. Dude. Like Sora with his big-ass goofy feet, but he was rocking that jamming hair and just all that shit. It was so cool.
The Final Fantasy hair.
But the problem is I didn't have a PS2 or anything, so I went years before I actually played the game. So I watched it. And then later on in my later teens, when I was about your age, Josh, somebody I knew got the game and the strategy guide. And I sat there and I played through the whole game because Kingdom Hearts 2 just come out. And they got Kingdom Hearts 2, and I sat there and played that shit. And then Kyle got to the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. Speaking of Kingdom Hearts 2, that game was badass.
That game was great.
With the limits,
the end was
those forms. What are those forms called?
I don't know. Different.
I know what you're talking about though, where he like changes his clothes.
Yeah, he changed his color. There was like the white one, the blue one, which was the mage, the red one, which he just ran around with dual keyblades. When he started dual wielding keyblades,
that was fucking.
I lost
sick.
my fucking mind.
That was fucking
I remember
sick.
there was Ultima form, right?
Yeah, the Ultima, and that's the thing is it got more and more insane with every single form. Like the white one and the gold one. One was better than the other, but
I think the white one was like the Ultima one, the crazy.
Yeah, so let's say the gold one was the one before that. Even that one was insane, and then it took a step up with the next form. And just the combinations that you would get would just blow your mind.
Well, and not only that, just flying in between the worlds and your little freaking gummy ship and going through all
that was definitely just filler in the game. Yeah, like, that did not even need to be in there.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
Kind of like Disney ships.
Is the gummy ship, the whole gummy ship thing starting in the first game, that definitely did not need to be in there. That could have made a decent little separate mini game, like not on Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah,
but
you know what?
Because honestly, I just wanted to play Kingdom Hearts. I never even messed with the gummy ships.
You know
every time I tried to, I'm like, this is garbage. I just want to go to the next world.
You know what it really reminded me of? The freaking Lego Racers game where you could build your little Lego cars.
Did it?
Immediately when I saw the gummy thing, I was like, oh, it's like Lego Racers. And you're just like, you build a little ship. I was like, oh, yeah.
Nice. But what I was saying about Kyle with, he got to the very end of Kingdom Hearts 2, and there's this part where you're, like, clashing with someone, and you got to mash buttons.
Mash that button super fast.
Yeah, but he kept failing. Every single time he was pissed, breaking his controllers, failed every time. It was like the very last scene of the game, and you got to mash the buttons. But Riku kept dying. What he didn't realize is his TV cut off a little part that showed another button that you had to mash at the same time for Riku. And so Riku kept dying, and then fucking finally I figured it out, and he like lost his shit because I beat it before him because he couldn't figure out how to...
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but it wasn't his fault. His TV cut off that part.
That's
man, them old freaking... tube TVs, freaking CRTVs.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But that game was sick. I didn't play through the second one with a guide. I don't think. Yeah, no, I didn't have a strategy guide for that one. The first one I had seen pretty much the whole game, so I had no problem going through the game with a strategy guide, trying to pick everything up.
Yeah, I never actually played.
So
I played the beginning of the first.
So
one.
good. So also,
I have the first one right now.
So they've re-released them.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what
so Kingdom Hearts 1.5 HD is on the PS3. That's got like 3 games. It's got 1.5 or something like that. A couple of the games, instead of remaking a few of like the little weird card games and stuff that nobody really plays.
Okay.
Some diehard fans play them, but they just made them into like little movie cutscenes to fill in the stories.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Card games?
Yeah. So there's like 5 or 6 games in between Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, like all around that.
Chain of Memories,
Dream Drop Distance, all that stuff. Chain of Memories.
1.5, 1.76239.
Yeah.
Crap like that.
So in 1.5, they put the games that were near it in with that package. 2.5 release, they put the games that were near it in with that. And now on the PS4, they have the whole collection, which is all the games collected together for the PS4. 1, 2, 2.5 and everything. And one day we'll get Kingdom Hearts 3.
There's going to be Marvel characters in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah,
is there really?
Because it's Disney.
Disney owns Marvel now.
That's so fucking true.
There's going to be a world you're going to be flying around with Iron Man and he's going to be blasting people and shit. You're going to get like a freaking Thor's hammer, Keyblade, shit like that. That would be awesome.
Oh yeah.
So it's actually kind of funny. A couple weeks ago, I did a thing as my game of the week of Final Fantasy X and X-2, right? Well, in Kingdom Hearts 1, and I figured
Everyone
out
on
recently,
the island.
everyone
the
on that
beginning
fucking
island.
island was Kingdom Hearts 10 characters.
Times
as
you
children.
got-
Kingdom Hearts 10?
Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy
Whoa.
10.
Yeah, you got Titus. What's her name?
Or as they called him in Kingdom Hearts, which is apparently his actual pronunciation, is Tidus.
Yeah. You actually Sophie's Final Fantasy 8.
Yeah,
Yep.
but I was.
She don't count. And then what's it? Waka?
Yeah,
Is that it?
Waka. It was, and that was
Lulu? Is Lulu?
no, it was
No.
Waka, Tidus, and Sophie, and then
Yeah.
that was really fucking annoying
think
because
Waka
she
was
had
not
her little
Lulu.
goddamn jump rope. And then
Oh,
she
that was so
whipping you
easy
with-
to get the perfect
Yeah.
counters on all of them.
While you were doing all three of them at once.
Yeah.
Fuck
Dude,
that part, dude.
you don't even know, dude. Final
Fuck
Fantasy,
that part.
Final Fantasy
That
15.
sucked,
Dude,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I beat the Sephiroth fights in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, dude. In Final Fantasy 15,
I don't
Those
know.
are the hardest fights.
I
in the
didn't
game.
play through them very much, honestly. I didn't beat those
It's,
games.
number 2's way harder than Sephiroth.
No,
right?
2 is easier.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure.
I never played one, but I remember I beat Sephiroth.
fights
Kingdom
is
Hearts
number
2 has a lot more like keyblades and individual abilities
You
that you
can
can
make stuff.
use.
Don't
Yeah.
you get Ragnarok for beating?
I really enjoy that game has like boss fights. And I mean
Yeah.
boss fights. There's like challenging boss fights that you'll be spending 25-30 minutes on just that one boss fight.
Yeah.
Especially in the arena and stuff like that.
In Kingdom Hearts 2?
1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's the thing is I love that there are those boss fights in that game. There are secrets.
See,
That's the way RPGs need to be. is
My
having those
main
fights.
issue between 1 and 2, which I can't really complain about because it was better in 2 than it was in 1, but it's just my experience with it, is the fact that in Kingdom Hearts 1, each world had like 2 or 3 rooms. And that was the entire world.
Well, I mean, you're exaggerating a little bit.
I'm not.
There
I'm
was more than
seriously,
that.
The
but
Colosseum in Kingdom Hearts 1
Coliseum is not a real
3
world.
rooms.
Yeah, it's not
a
full,
real
it's
world.
not a full world. That one was
Tar-
just the Coliseum.
Tarzan, I love Tarzan. When you got the Tarzan Keyblade, that shit was awesome.
But that wasn't in number 1, right?
Tarzan was in number 1.
And you got a Tarzan Keyblade
You get a
number
Tarzan
1?
Keyblade.
Okay, I haven't played through enough of that game.
Yeah, no,
obviously.
you got to play that game. Like, right when you leave the island, or what's his name? Twilight Town, I think you either go to the Coliseum or Tarzan World. No, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
And they all have at least 10 different areas, 10 zones to go through.
Alice in Wonderland has like 6.
Pretty sure they have more than that, and they'd like change and stuff.
Maybe if the game progresses on, and then you have to like go back to those worlds
Some
or
of them
something.
you do.
But like otherwise than that, I haven't seen any.
But I mean,
more than just
even
a few.
6, it's 6 to 10, something like that. But each one, but it's still good. The worlds are nice. I love collecting the other Keyblades, but
And kicking Cloud's ass.
we have spent way too much time on my Kingdom Hearts.
Hold on, I got one more thing though.
One
You're
more
talking
thing.
about fighting like multiple enemies and stuff and having to block them all. In Final Fantasy 15, there's these things you can do when you go to like save points, like camps, and you can train where you can fight the other people in your party, like all your King's Guard and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And the last fight is you fight all of them at max level.
Did you say 10? You meant 15.
15, yeah, sorry.
He
15.
said 15.
Did I,
I
say
heard
15?
10. I don't know.
I might have said 10. I don't remember what I said. But yeah, you can fight all of them at the same time, and they're like fully geared and fully max level. It is so hard. I still haven't done it, and I'm like way high level in that game.
Which makes it harder.
It's crazy because like you can block and parry and stuff like that, but
Just
there's
unequip
like
them, bro.
no, it doesn't work. They auto-equip their stuff. You can do that in the other trainings. They go in based on what you have equipped. But in this one, they just have like base stuff equipped, and they're just like really strong. But it's so annoying because there's like the big guy that'll one-shot you, and then there's like the little guy who's like super impossible to hit, but he keeps shooting you from a range and like weakening you and stuff. And then there's the support guy who just keeps fully healing them. I'm like, okay, I have to kill the support first, so I'm just attacking him for a while, and I'm using all my super moves and stuff. I get him down halfway, and then he just full heals the party. I'm like, how the fuck are you supposed to beat this? It's so annoying. I think I got once where I killed the little guy, and
get off our recorded table.
that was because I burst him down in like 1 second, and then he actually went down.
And then you lost.
Yeah, but that fight right there just seemed way harder than anything in Kingdom Hearts to me. I still haven't done everything else in the game.
So, Keith, I want to hear about your game of the week. What is your game of the week? Do you remember what it is?
He doesn't even remember.
Lords of
Lords of the Fallen.
I know what this is.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know what this game is too,
Yeah.
but I never played any further than the first 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Once you got past a lot of the stuff, I mean, basically what it is kind of a Dark Souls.
It's a cheap man's Dark Souls, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, is it
Yeah.
as punishing as Dark Souls?
I would say Dark Souls is definitely a lot harder.
Dark Souls is Dark Souls.
Dark Souls is
But-
easy.
Dark Souls
Those
2
Dark
and
Souls is
3
not
are.
I've
I'm sure.
mastered all 3 Dark Souls.
I haven't played
They're
Dark Souls.
so
I
easy.
wouldn't fucking know.
You haven't played Dark Souls?
Nope.
I've learned a good trick though. You know what you should do before you
I
go
like
to
the
tournaments
art
instead
style
of
is
playing
one reason
PUBG?
why I like Lords
Play
of the
Dark
Fallen.
Souls.
Yeah,
It's
Lords of the
still a
Fallen,
little,
that's
it's still a
pretty
little bit dark, but it's like,
I'll
That's a good
explain it
idea.
in a second.
you know, Viking dark is what it feels like.
Yeah, it definitely has more of a Viking vibe than Dark Souls or anything like
Yeah,
that.
I'm really big on that. That's why I chose it.
So are you currently playing it, or did you
I've
play
played
it all the way through?
and then
or
I
something?
tried playing it again, but I got bored of it really quick.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I get frustrated with controls. You know, Dark Souls type stuff.
Yeah. You get green
Yeah,
fingers.
You get green, you get green fingers.
Kid's like, I got bored of the game because I can't
Yeah.
fucking use my hands correctly.
Like I was telling Josh a second ago, I figured out the secret to be good at games. Play some Dark Souls before you play other games. I don't know what happened. I was like playing Dark Souls and I was like, I'm getting really frustrated. I was getting my ass kicked. I'm like, I've done this. It was number 2. I'm like, I played through this game 30 times. I should be able to destroy these people at level 1. And I was like, I'm tired of this. And I was like, I'll go play Smite. And I started playing Smite. I was destroying everybody. I was like, oh man, it's amazing. I didn't miss a single shot. Like everything I was hitting perfectly, timing everything
you
perfectly.
have to in Dark Souls,
Yeah, exactly.
or else you die.
Exactly, and I was like, let's imagine every other game as Dark Souls, and then you'll just destroy it.
So Keith, about your cheap man's Dark Souls.
It's a good.
So how far did you get? How many hours did you play?
Probably only like 7.
Probably only like 7. Do they force you to play a character, or do you like create your own character? I don't remember.
You create your own character based on.
Sorry, everybody. There's some
Well,
annoying
it's-
ass dogs that are just won't shut the hell up.
There's
You're
3
bugging me.
armor and weapon classes. Basically lighter armor and weapon class, and none of them are really light.
It's basically like the
and
way.
then there's the energy or skill.
That's
class.
right. I
From-
kind of remember that.
What?
From what I remember, it's like there's like heavy, big guy, heavy armor, big weapons. There's light guy, which is like daggers, light armor, and you're like going for stabbing in the back. And then there's
And
like
there's
mage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
there's
what I
basically
played.
just like the three different classes. You're one character, you're one guy, but you pick these 3 different classes.
But either of them, any of them can use the same magic skills. They just
So the mage is useless.
mage is meant to be a little bit more.
He
I don't know. I played the
he
game
has,
for 10
it's
minutes.
has
It's
10%
mid-range.
more mana, Steve. Come
Whoa,
on, he's
okay.
not useless.
He has medium armor. or
He
something
he has
like that.
his medium armor. He's there. None of them are really light. Like even when you think about the lighter guy, I mean it's like Vikings with armor.
Yeah, that was kind of the art style, though. It's just a huge dude, so even in light armor, it's still a huge dude.
Yeah, and he's still moving fairly slow. I mean, you'd see a difference, but
Why did you have to point out the dog, Josh? Now that's all I can hear is that stupid ass dog.
Turn down the gain a little bit.
There you go. Turn down the game. Maybe we won't
Just
hear
be
him.
louder.
So, that's cool.
Yeah, we'll just have to be louder.
As the dog stops barking.
That's fine. Good.
yeah,
That's cool. Well, are you going to go back and play it again? Or
It's free on the Xbox. Well, it was like 6 months ago.
yeah.
I have it. I believe I got it free on the PlayStation. And
Probably the same exact time. Yeah, it was free on the Xbox.
yeah,
Um,
it was a fun game to poke into.
I got really bored of that game
Did you? How much did you play?
really fast.
I got bored
Good
after.
couple hours of it.
Really?
Really? I
Wow.
played 10
You're a
minutes.
trooper.
I do that a lot. I'll turn on a
I went
game.
10 minutes on a game. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'll
And
try
then
to
I
play
just got, and then I died like a couple times in one area, and I just stopped playing the game and just never went back to it.
I didn't die. I beat the first enemy you fight, and then I turned it off.
Dude, I did the exact same thing. Like literally, the first
I'm
enemy
like,
I
these
fight, I
controls
was
are
like,
stupid.
I was like, this is terrible. Like, I'll just go play Dark Souls.
But
I don't want to shit on the
I
game.
won't
the game if you
deny
like
that
it.
the game did look good. It looked good.
Well, and not only
I'm
that,
sure it had an interesting
The art
story.
style.
yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Is that's one thing in comparison to Dark Souls that if I'm getting it correctly, it has Lords of the Fallen has a story to it that you follow along throughout the game.
Dark Souls kind of does.
But
As long as you crouch in the bird's nest for 10 minutes.
No, that's side.
yeah,
I was just making a joke,
but
bro.
see, from what I was
Bruh.
watching in Dark Souls,
Just making a joke, bruv.
the Dark Souls story isn't as in your face
It's
as
really
it is
not.
in Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah,
Like,
they just
Lords
show you a
of the
cutscene
Fallen-
at the beginning and you're good to go.
And then throw you into it. But there are cutscenes. Every boss has a starting
Well,
cutscene.
and not
right?
only that, and also NPCs talk and say certain things and so on and so forth in Dark Souls. But
Yeah,
Lords of the Fallen
Yeah.
is literally taking you through the story.
The
of
storyline
game.
looks very interesting itself. It's the gameplay in between everything.
that's really stale.
Yeah, and I think it's either they need to make it a faster game because they don't have enough weapons and other things to make it interesting, or they need to drop a lot of weapons into it too.
You know what's also interesting?
Actually-
about that same company that made Lords of the Fallen made a game that's like a mech cyberpunk version of that game.
Damn, I totally thought you were going to be like,
Called-
made a game that's my game of the week.
That's
I thought
called
that would've been
Purge.
sweet.
And it's basically the same thing as Lords of the Fallen. It's like same combat, same all that stuff. But you get like your gear and stuff by like tearing people's arms off as they're in like these mech suits and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, yeah, I decapitated this guy, so I get his headgear.
I
right?
heard
And you can turn
that.
it on. So it looked better than Lords of the Fallen to me, but it was apparently had all the same problems where it's like, the gameplay just gets stale, and apparently the story was like really bad in Purge, like there was no story.
So it's like they need to get bought up, and somebody needs to be like, okay, let's see.
They need to get bought up by Bandai Namco and fucking,
Go.
and the people who make Dark Souls need to be like, all right, well, we're not making Dark Souls 4, so let's make Purge 2 and make it amazing, because that would be fantastic.
Or they can just make a new Bloodborne.
They are gonna
I
make
wish if
Bloodborne
they were
2.
going to do stuff like that, like they re-release, like they'd go back into the original game and remake the originals, because the originals.
That's what Blizzard's doing.
Like
Wait,
Diablo
are you
2?
talking about for Dark Souls?
No, I'm talking about for somebody to buy when they buy up a company and
Oh,
they have
yeah.
a game that has a good concept, but they released it in with bad mechanics.
No, yeah, I get
That they should really just be like 1.5 or something, the remake.
Kingdom Hearts 1.5
That kind of annoys
HD.
me. Except for, I was going to say something back on Square Enix and
Squirnix.
remaking games. Dude, the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Is it?
It's
Have they come out with new shit about that game?
There was another trailer, but it was also just another redone cinematic like the other one was.
God damn it! Have they
It
not
is-
set a damn release date yet?
Oh,
for that?
no.
I'll
It's
wait,
gonna
I'll
be
wait
2
for
years.
Final Fantasy VIII remake.
I cannot wait. That is going to...
I bought that game.
It looks so
8?
good.
I bought
Dude,
8.
8 is fantastic.
Have you played it?
Not very much.
That's my favorite Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But like when Steve bought me PUBG, apparently to be able to get gifted a game, I had to spend like $5
Yeah, you have
or
to spend at
something.
least $5 on Steam.
So you bought Final
So I
Fantasy
bought
VIII?
Final Fantasy VIII.
Dude, I know you don't like walkthroughs, but you should definitely play that game with a walkthrough.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because there's the whole like card system and
Just
stuff.
so you can
and-
collect everything.
Yeah, like
the card game in that game is awesome.
Yeah, but like how you do like the extra skills and stuff, like equipping. Don't you have to equip like cards or something like that?
The only
to
reason I
your
say a
characters?
walkthrough is because if not, you can miss several summons.
Also, there's
a
entire
lot.
That's
summons.
important.
there's
Yeah.
entire
That's
mechanics
huge. That's like
that
a
you
Final
can
Fantasy
miss.
fucking thing.
That's
though.
the thing is the whole skill system in that game is based off of junctioning on your
Junction,
summons.
that's what
Well, and
The
plus,
junction system is a little weird to
and
figure
plus
out.
the summons are weird in that game. Like in because the reason why I say that, I'm sure, is because I played Final Fantasy X, and like I thought it was really cool that the summons in Final Fantasy VIII are the same summons in Final Fantasy
Yeah,
X.
it is in all the.
That was
the
really
games.
fucking cool. Like,
Yeah, so the summons are weird because the summons will gain experience, and once they level up, they'll level up the current skill that you have them selected to learn. But the skills are like strength junction. So if they learn strength junction, if one of your characters has that summon equipped, then they can attach spells to strength junction, which is how they get their strength stat.
oh shit.
Yeah, you can totally go through the entire game. The first time I played through and beat that game, I had no idea about any of that. Halfway through the game, I figured out you can fire the gunblade during an attack.
Yeah, with the right trigger.
What?
we had no. I don't think you knew either.
So here's the thing. First time I played Final Fantasy VIII, my favorite, I got all the way to disc 3. I was always getting stuck on bosses because all I ever did was spam summoning my garden fighters. Just spam summon them. And after a certain point, they get too weak to even do anything.
Oh, shit.
Because what you need to be doing is you need to be absorbing spells from enemies. You need to be drawing spells from them because you stockpile up to 100, and then you junction those onto your stats to increase your stats.
Oh.
And so, right at the beginning of the game...
I've been doing that a lot. Fucking getting...
Yeah, right at the beginning of the game, draw everything
That's
that you
what
can.
I've been doing.
Draw as much as you can, because stock up 100, those are your stats. Cure is the best for vitality. Increases vitality the most.
Really? So, like those
fire
spells that
and
you
demi and stuff like that.
Huh. That's crazy.
Here's a secret. You'll get a mysterious lamp. As soon as you use it, that's a summon. You'll get into a fight with a summon. That summon will whoop your fucking ass.
And you only get to fight him once?
If you don't draw his spells and use them against him right away.
Okay.
Oh, and blind him. Blind him right away.
Yeah, like
blind him right away and use his spells against him.
Stuff
or he'll
like,
whoop your ass.
like being able to shoot the gunblade and stuff like that.
Or he'll whoop your ass.
He will. That's what I'm saying. First time I played it, I was like, what, 10 years old? I didn't take the time to learn how the system worked. I just spammed.
So, I don't like the thought process of looking up a walkthrough, but, like, is there, like, tips or something that I could look up? Like...
Okay, if you don't want to look up walkthrough, just look up a list of all the garden fighters, which are the summons.
Okay.
And locations, just to make sure you don't miss any.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean...
I'm just going to look up...
Other than that, you're going to miss a potion here.
I'm just going to look up,
a couple
tips
spell
and
draws
tricks
there.
on fucking Google, and it'll pop up with,
But
IGN or
that
something.
that game's good.
It is really good. The story's amazing.
Yeah, the story gets trippy.
So you can shoot the gunblade in that game?
Yeah, and you can actually, like, sometimes you can, like, certain enemies and certain times, certain characters, I don't remember, it's been forever since I played it. Like, if you get a perfect shot with the gunblade, like, right in the middle of attack, it'll let you get a second attack to do even more damage. And it's like, you can, like, combo and stuff like that, and if you never do that, like, there's certain points where you do, like, way more damage if you keep doing that. So I remember when I figured that out.
You have the limits that'll let you just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Well, no, there is, like, if you hit, like because I remember, because there was a fight with one particular boss who is, like, a character throughout the whole game. You see him right away. But you're fighting him at some point, and he also uses a gunblade. So he kept shooting me as he was attacking. I was like, what the fuck? This guy's doing massive damage. And that's when I figured it out. I was like, I tried it and just hit the trigger as he swung and just got, like, a perfect. And it says, like, perfect. And then sometimes, if, like, in certain situations, you can do a second one with that if you get a perfect. And, like,
I'm going to fucking learn how to do that.
Crazy double damage. And I was like, this entire game, I could be shooting with a gunblade, and I would have killed everything twice as fast. And the game would have gone by twice as fast.
So, yeah, basically... Yeah. Get Strength Junction for Squall right away, because then you'll one-shot everything.
And get them perfect shots. And
just equip the best stack of spells you can for his Strength Junction.
Squall's got that crazy
and
limit
use that
break
gun blade, and you just kill everything in, like, one hit with him.
So it's really funny what I was just saying, because my brother always tries to, like, get ahead of me in all of these games, so that I don't get ahead of him. That's his thought process in it. So I'm going to start doing these things, and I'm not going to fucking
it's a good thing he doesn't listen to the podcast.
That's what I was going to say, and if he was to listen to the damn podcast, you'd know this shit, but shame on him.
Yeah. But anyway, we're running short time, so Steve, let's hit up your game.
Let's do a long one. We'll do a real long one.
We'll do a real long one.
We'll do a real long one.
That's what she said.
So, I talked about Fortnite before.
You did.
But since then, they came out with their Battle Royale
That's
mode.
really funny. I wanted to talk about that game this week as well.
So, have you guys been playing it since
I played it.
What did you think of it?
Of the Battle Royale?
Yeah.
It's not as good as PUBG, but...
Exactly. I think it's terrible. I think it's really bad.
No.
I think
excited.
It's... I am excited because everybody's like, oh, it's so fun. It's so great. I'm like, this really sucks. Like, it comes down to, like, the looting. There's no inventory, so you have to pick stuff up and just kind of, like, hope you have ammo for the shit you pick up.
That is my biggest issue with that game, is there's only 5 slots.
There's 5 slots, so even, like, your health kits and bandages and stuff like that go there. So you're, like, if, say you found, like, a purple, which they have, like, colored loot.
Tiers of guns.
Loot. Yeah, so you're like, I got this assault rifle, but it's the shittiest assault rifle. That guy's also has an assault rifle, but he's got a freaking purple one. So he's
going to hit me in one hit and I'm going to die, but I'll hit him 6 times and he won't fucking die.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds good to me.
It sucks.
It's super bad. But everybody's been, like, all up on it and, like, playing it so much. And I'm like, this is really bad. Just go play more PUBG. PUBG's so good compared to it. It's like, it always comes down to the last fight is the person has a purple sniper and they've built themselves a fort at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking great. Not only do I have to give away my position just to be able to shoot him, because I have to shoot his walls to break his walls to be able to shoot at him, but he can just rebuild the wall a second later.
Yeah.
And just wait inside the circle.
And it'll be like a metal wall, so I won't be able to fucking break it. Like, God.
It's so bad.
It's very exploitable in comparison to PUBG.
I had a weird experience with mine. I couldn't even get to the gameplay.
Really?
Yeah.
Did it keep crashing on you?
It was kept on telling me I'm not allowed to play activity. Not allowed to play activity.
You have to do the tutorial first, the main game tutorial, so you'll learn how to shoot and all that shit.
It didn't highlight anything.
Yeah, I know.
It was irritating.
That's a good first impression of it though, because they don't tell you have to do the tutorial before you can play. Like, that's pretty dumb.
Yeah, it's like, well, why should I even feel obligated to play this game at
it's a free game.
Obviously,
I paid for Fortnite, but because I wanted, like the founder shit.
Which I actually looked at the PvE of that game, and that game's kind of interesting.
The PvE.
I saw the pinata things that you guys were talking about.
Yeah,
keep
bashing
the fucking hammer, and he's like,
"Oh, I knew nothing about it. I just saw Steve open some pinatas.
Ooh, that's a nice looking baseball bat you got there."
Yeah.
And you smash its face. You're like, it's pretty funny. But yeah,
sounds like it'd be fun for just like not even a real game, just something in between. Yeah, everything else.
But it's real grindy, so if you want to grind, it's great for that.
Yeah, but that's the PvE, and that one costs money. The PvE costs money.
Free. Grindy too.
But the PvE costs money. But the PvP...
Oh, yeah, the Battle Royale.
Good luck playing the PvP. If you fucking play it, I hope that you were to, record that shit or something, and I would watch it. Because I want to see you play through the fucking PvP.
You want to see you rage.
I want to see you get real fucking pissed at that game, because that game's a little...
Yeah.
It sounds like I need a punching bag in my room if I'm going to try to play that game.
It's really weird, because,
I didn't like
even some of my friends are like, oh, yeah, let's play that. It's all great. And I keep telling them, I'm like, dude, you watch stuff about PUBG and all this stuff, and then you're saying that game's good. Like it's so...
There's so much less to it.
Exactly. It's like the most bare bones, but then they add in a little bit extra, which is the base building, and it makes it worse.
I think it's the influence of colorful games. It's
the art style? Yeah, the art style. Oh, it's beautiful. It draws people in.
In comparison to PUBG, it is a lot better on graphics. Because PUBG graphics
I got some pretty ridiculous frame dips, though, on the Xbox.
On fucking Fortnite?
Well, still...
There was a point where...
It's still... PUBG's still better than Minecraft stuff.
But Minecraft is not supposed to...
Minecraft is its own thing.
Minecraft is supposed to look like that.
It's supposed to be blocky.
I know, but this is the thing that's like...
when you put on them HD texture packs, like 1280 by 1280s.
They've got 4K ones now.
Yeah.
4K texture packs.
It's still blocky, but each texture is like
the
photorealistic.
The super shaders and the photorealistic textures, and you're like, if this wasn't all shaped like a cube, this would look amazing.
Yeah, it looked like a real life. Is this real life?
Yeah. You get the cows where they've got the terrifying face, because you're like, that's a real cow face on this weird blocky thing, and
Keith's seen that because, I used to get real big into that kind of shit.
Keith's got a wiggle here. Come on, Keith, wiggle it out.
Dip.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
What is it like?
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Not your kind of
wiggle, 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 wiggle. Yeah. Sorry.
Look at the waveforms for the wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Okay,
it's
wiggling. Quit dying at waveforms, bro.
I love the waveforms.
So,
do you have anything more that you're gonna say about Fortnite?
No, I'm honestly glad that you guys were like, oh, it's amazing, because I was gonna be so sad if everybody loved it, and I
glad there's some mutual hatred going on here. I love it.
Which sucks though, because it was Epic that made it, and Epic makes great games.
They make epic games, you might say?
Yeah. Paragon is pretty fucking epic. Gears of War is pretty fucking epic. Unreal Tournament is pretty fucking epic.
I don't like Gears.
You don't like... Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Okay.
We already went on the spiel about that.
Moving on, let's...
I'm telling you a long one.
So, don't look. Nobody look at the screen yet.
Episode 16
Nobody look at the
special.
screen.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have a story about this. This is Yahoo Answers, right? I can tell.
Yeah, we're going to be...
I got banned from Yahoo Answers when I was like 10.
What?
Yeah. I made a really, really, really bad joke. It's a very bad. I'm not going to repeat it. I will not, no matter how much you guys say. I'm not going to repeat it, but it was really bad, and I just got banned immediately.
Immediately?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask you after the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
going
don't
to
even
say.
wanna
What about
say it.
after we're recording?
Yeah.
It was a legitimate question, and I felt I felt bad afterwards.
Oh my god.
It was probably about like somebody's pubescent
So anyway,
life or
these
something.
we haven't done this before, right?
The name of this game is Worst Question Asked, so no, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
no. So I looked up some of the worst questions ever asked on Yahoo Answers. I don't think some of these are actually from Yahoo Answers, but I'm going to read the questions,
They could be from anything.
and then you guys can try to answer them if you want, or just
I think I've seen some of
dig around about it, or laugh, or whatever. And then I'm going to read the best answers to these questions.
Yay!
So
We're gonna find.
we're going to
Steve's
start off
fucking
right
answer
away.
right here.
So the first
so long
question is: are there gravity in India? And that's the title of the question. Are there gravity in India?
Obviously,
Are there
this
brain
man
cells in your head?
Obviously,
So the
this
question-
man doesn't speak English.
So the question is, do they got spicy food or good food? I heard in Sweetiewald, the toilets flush upwards.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait, what?
Just comes
Wait, is
out
that
of
the
the
actual-
toilet.
Yeah, that's the actual question. Do they got spicy foods or
What?
good food? I heard in Sweetiewald, the toilets flush upwards.
Are there gravity in India?
That's the title of the question.
What does the spicy food have to do with it?
The title has
He's
nothing
like,
to do with the
this
question.
person's like, I have no
Well, no, okay,
idea
I get-
what India
I get
is.
the gravity and
Is
toilet
India on the
connection.
fucking moon, for God's sakes? Like,
Okay, I'm trying to work this out. Here's my goal. I'm going to try to work out what they're asking. I think the person is asking, is the gravity reversed in India, thinking it's Australia because everybody knows that or thinks that the toilets flush the opposite direction because it's the opposite side of the world. I think they're thinking that in India, gravity is reversed, so when they flush the toilets, I bet they probably
The
heard that it goes the
water's-
opposite direction, so they think it goes up.
and the spicy
And the spicy
foods-
food, maybe they're like, they took a really spicy shit, right?
Yeah.
And they don't want it to come blasting back up into their asshole.
They're like sitting
Your
on the
logic
toilet.
is sound.
They're
Your
like
logic is
sitting
sound.
on the toilet in India going, oh shit, if I
No,
fucking flush this
no,
toilet,
flush
is
the
the poop
toilet.
gonna try to go back in my butt? Like, what the hell is going on here?
That has to be it.
All right,
Okay, what's the answer?
so the best answer is slap on some diapers. You are in for the ride of your life.
Yes.
Toilet water going up.
What the hell? Maybe, how long ago was this?
Oh man, this was it doesn't say.
Oh, I was going to say, if it was like years ago, it'd be like, maybe they're like secretly the inventors of the bidet.
Okay, so the next one is just the title. It says, if evolution is true, then why do pigs not have wings?
Okay.
Come on, guys, why do pigs not have wings if evolution is true?
Do you what?
Because they're not from a dinosaur family.
Keith, you totally could have answered that, and yours would have been the best answer.
Oh my god,
Keith, explain your answer, please. Please
Because birds are
Not from the dinosaur.
I think I know his logic. Because birds have wings because they came from dinosaurs.
Is that why?
Okay.
well,
Is that why?
that's where most of the things that the
Oh,
only
my
other thing
stomach
that
hurts.
the only other thing that
Only-
I can think of that isn't a
Oh my god.
doesn't have a dinosaur ancestor that has wings is bats.
The fucking ostriches have dinosaur ancestry? Ostriches came from dinosaurs?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. So, okay, before we go any further with this, I just want to say that I got the idea for this game from a buddy I work with. Go check out his channel. It's called Scooter Realm. Hopefully, he's all right with us doing this. He did this
my
on his
God.
podcast. But so, you guys ready for the best answer?
I guess. I don't
So-
even know what to say to this
So the question is, if evolution is true, then why do pigs not have wings? And the best answer is, because evolution doesn't give you wings. Red Bull does.
Straight up. Fucking give a goddamn pig a Red Bull. Grows
There you
wings.
go.
Oh my
All right.
goodness.
All right. So the next one is.
I already read it.
Don't read it.
I'm sorry.
Don't read it. It says, "Is Rainbow Trout a good name for a baby girl? I'm trying to think of a name for my daughter."
Rainbow trout.
It's Rainbow Trout. A good name for a baby girl.
I'm dying.
I'm literally crying.
It's Rainbow Trout. A good name for a baby girl.
You know, one of the worst parts about this too is this question doesn't even have an answer. It's opinion.
This one has 2 good answers.
Oh God.
There's no answer.
Anybody, nobody wants to try to answer it, right? Okay, so
It's
the first one
absolutely a good name for a
the first
baby
one
girl.
is, "Are you a fish? If yes, I think it's a great name. If you are a human, I would discourage it." And
good answer. That is a good fucking
And the second one is, "I think sockeye salmon is a lot nicer. How about Alaskan cod or simply prawn for your spawn?"
prawn for the spawn.
Oh my God.
Ow.
Like,
Oh, like
tears in my eyes.
my neck bone hurts.
I've never laughed that hard
Don't
on
look
the
anymore,
podcast.
Steve, okay? All right. So this question is it illegal to name a dog after a movie?
Yeah, copyright law. You're not allowed to.
Yes? No? So the answer to this one is only if that movie is Air Bud 2. As a practical matter, though, you might want to avoid calling out to your pooch on a crowded bus if you decide to name it Bang Bang You're Dead or I'm Going to Explode.
God damn it.
What the fuck?
Oh. We broke Keith with that one.
That one wasn't nearly as funny as the Rainbow Trout.
I wasn't even done laughing from that
Oh
one.
my God.
Okay.
Is that it?
No, we got a couple more.
Oh.
This one's called Cantaloupe Hunting.
Cantaloupe hunting.
It says,
Okay.
"I thought cantaloupe was an animal. I always thought that a cantaloupe was that animal that has the horns and they live in Arizona and stuff. But I was shopping for groceries yesterday and I saw they had cantaloupe meat on sale. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it. But what I saw wasn't a cantaloupe. It was some white and green fruit thing. What's up with this?"
What's up with this?
What horned animal is in Arizona that they're talking about?
That can't be real. They're
We have
thinking-
antelope around here.
Antelope.
They're thinking it.
That's what
That's
they're
what they're
thinking.
thinking.
Fucking antelope.
is the best fucking thing in the world. You ready for this? The store is guilty of mislabeling. The term it was looking for is jackalope, which is a cross between a jackfruit and a manila envelope.
What the hell?
A jackalope.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. I'm dying.
I thought a cantaloupe was an animal.
Alright.
What's up with that?
Question is,
What's up with that?
I wanted to see if my computer would read my credit card, so I put it in the CD-ROM and it got stuck. How do I get it out? I tried
son of a
toothpicks,
bitch.
but lost them in the process. Also, the drive is making noises.
Oh my God.
What the hell?
Sounds like fun.
People are dead.
I want to know the answer.
The answer is, that's normal. Your system is just waiting for you to pay the required $1 processing fee for scanning the card. Simply fold a greenback into a teeny square and insert it into any USB port.
to a USB port. Can you imagine the fucking
Hold the
effort that
greenback.
guy
What's
put
a
into it? trying to
greenback?
fit
$1!
Oh, okay.
Seems like I'm lost on that
I
one.
thought he was trying to get the person to electrocute themselves. I'm like, don't do that. They'll do it.
What's a greenback? Is it electrical? Don't look. Okay, so this one is titled Dog Nut Business. I plan to start a business selling dog nuts in a former USSR country. Any advice?
Oh my!
Any advice for him, Keith?
Oh my
Keith's broken. He turned into a little schoolgirl.
Keith, the guy's gonna start a dog nut business.
He's gonna start a dog nut business.
Keep your dogs away from that guy.
The best answer. What?
It's a poultry shop.
It's a poultry shop. A poultry shop. And so the best answer is, if you want people to eat them, I would call them donuts. All right, so that's all the stupid questions.
Oh my goodness!
You like the fish? What is it? Rainbow trout or something like that?
The rainbow trout, a good name for a baby girl.
I named my baby girl Rainbow Trout.
So we can move on to our stories. So I have a story. A couple stories about a guy that I used to work with, that Steve, I don't know if he still works with him or not, but Dr. E.
No, I don't.
I
was thinking about that.
Dr. E stories. So we worked with this guy named Eric. He was an older guy, not really old, probably 40.
Yeah, he was like, I think by the time he left was like 42 or something.
Okay, yeah. He was a cool guy.
Super nice.
Blonde guy.
Super fun to talk with.
When we first started working at Walmart, he was helping us put it together, and I saw he put on a pair of glasses at one point. I'm like, man, look at you. You look like a doctor. His name was Eric, so I'm like, I'm going to call you Dr. E. That's what I do. I give people nicknames. So from then on out, I always called him Dr. E. But the guy always had blonde moments, and some of the best blonde moments he had were just amazing. So my first example of this was he worked over in produce, and one time I went back there, and he was cleaning up. He sprayed out one of the garbage cans, and he came over to me, and he goes, Brad, I need your help. He brought me over there. He goes, I was cleaning out this garbage can, but now I can't figure out how to get the water out of it. And I'm like, are you serious, dude? He's like, my arms aren't long enough. I don't have a bucket or anything. I'm like, dude, just turn the garbage can over. And he's like, oh man. he's like, oh, I'm dumb. Get out of here. Whatever. Stupid blonde moments. But my all-time favorite Dr. E moment was the day he came to work, and I was in the lunchroom, and he came over, and he was all pissed off. He's all pissed off. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, man, I did something stupid this morning. He goes, I was getting ready for work, and I packed my lunch, but then I went and scooped my cat's litter, and I put it in the garbage bag, and I tied up the garbage bag, and I put it next to the door so I could take out the garbage. As I was leaving for work, I grabbed my lunch, and I was getting out of the car here at work, and I picked up the bag, and I opened it, and I realized I forgot my lunch at home. I brought the bag of cat shit.
Oh my god.
Nutritious.
I'm like,
Kitty Roca, anybody?
So I say, well, how'd it taste? He was pissed he had no lunch because he brought a bag of cat shit that he scooped. So his bag of lunch was sitting by his door the whole day.
Cat probably ate it.
But man, he was a funny guy. He just had the biggest blonde moments. He was always amusing. I always told him to grow a freaking beard.
He never did.
He never did. I told him he'd look like freaking. He'd look jamming with a beard, dude. He'd get all the ladies. What about you, Steve? You got any good Dr. E stories?
Try to fucking cat shit.
Not so much of him doing stupid stuff, just him not getting like really dumb jokes.
What?
Like, so one time we were giving him like really like dumb pun jokes to try to get him to figure it out. Like I said, like, what's black and red, or black and white and red all over, right? And you think like newspaper, or penguin with a sunburn, something stupid like that. It took me like an hour of hinting at different things to get him to figure out. I was like, think reading material. It's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, it's like a magazine.
That's Dr. E, dude. I'm all over.
Going on for hours. And the whole thing started because there was this new girl in one department, and she was like, came up to him one time just talking to him, and she said a joke. She's like, what did the zombie say to the hooker? He said, keep the tip. Which is pretty funny. And, like, he comes in and he tells me this joke, and I laughed at it. And he's like, oh, yeah, he's laughing. And then, like, an hour later, he finally got it. And he's like, oh, I get it. Keep the tip. I was like, you're the one who told me the joke and was laughing at it. God, there's so many dumb puns like that. He just doesn't understand them.
I had him going for days, literally days, on the one that I heard from Scrubs, which is 2 coins equal 35 cents. One of them is not a nickel.
I told him that one too, and he still didn't know it.
Or 2 coins equal 30 cents. One of them is not a nickel.
Okay.
Yeah, and he just, for days, he just
What's the answer?
would come back and anytime he'd see me, he'd sit there and he'd repeat the question. Just, God, I've been thinking about it. just thinking. And he couldn't figure it out. But I'm not going to tell you guys the answer.
Yeah, what's the answer?
What's the answer?
No, I know the answer.
Keith, do you know the answer?
2 coins
equal 35 cents. Or 30 cents.
30
yeah,
cents,
sorry.
and one of them's not a nickel.
Yeah, when you said 35 cents, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, a quarter and a dime. What's your point?
Yeah, 2 coins equal 30 cents. One of them is not a nickel. You want to know the answer, Keith?
Eventually, you'll figure it out.
What about you, Josh?
I
You know the
don't
answer?
want to know the answer.
Maybe
You guys want to figure it out?
Maybe somebody can comment on what the answer is.
Yes, comment on the answer. Shall we end this on that cliffhanger?
Oh, I got one more joke, because I remember I was telling him jokes. This is like pun jokes. So there's 2 nuns biking down a cobblestone path. And
For those who are sitting at home listening, Keith has his hand out and he's counting on his fingers.
I'm trying to think of the different coins there are.
I didn't even notice that. So 2 nuns are biking down a path, and one of the roads is closed, so they go down another path. They're trying to get back to the church. And one of the nuns looks around and she's like, I don't think I've ever come this way before. And the other one turns to her and she's like, it's the cobblestone.
She says, must be the cobblestone.
Yeah.
That's bad,
Oh my
Steve.
gosh.
You get it, Keith?
Yeah, Eric.
No?
Doctor,
I
he didn't
was-
get that joke until I explained it to him.
Were you thinking about the coins?
Yes. He
You
said,
don't get it, Keith? They're not, she said...
They're riding
they're
bikes
biking down a
down
cobblestone
path.
Says, I've never come this way before.
Must be the cobblestone. Anyway,
Now-
keep thinking
now I
about the
get it. Now
coins.
I've listened to
We'll
it.
see if
I got
anyone...
another good one. Can I tell another good one?
Okay, go for it,
So I
Steve.
was driving by the prison the other day.
Oh, you already told this one.
I did tell this one on the podcast.
Damn, dude. Did you say prison?
Yes. Wait, did Josh hear it? Do you remember that joke? So I'm driving by the prison
Don't
the
even.
other
It's
day.
just, it's a little condescending.
Oh my god. I saw a midget climbing over the fence. It's a jailbreak. And when he got to the bottom, he turned and he sneered at me and he ran off. And I thought, that's a little condescending.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for listening. If this is your first time, our show is available on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and YouTube, where we upload gaming videos. Sometimes we upload gaming videos. We have one in the works right now that I just am missing audio from. You can follow us on Twitter, @FoolsBanter, on Facebook by going to facebook.com/FoolsBanter. Go ahead and send us emails if you have any questions. Also, send us a message telling Keith and Josh the answer to that riddle, the coin one.
It's real easy.
Or if they figure it out beforehand, then we will post it on Facebook. Yes. Guys, have any final words?
I personally apologize for all the fucking horrible jokes at the end of this podcast.
Nah, they're
like
great.
from the bottom of my soul, I apologize.
They're great.
My favorite one. Hold on, I got one for you.
I definitely apologize for the little condescending one.
Nah, it's great.
Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors?
I don't know. Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors?
Because if they had 4, they'd be a chicken sedan.
The delivery of that one. I'm sorry, I love those type of jokes.
They're my all-time favorites, Steve.